back for another review. This is Batman Forever, starring Val Kilmer, Jim Carrey, Tommy Lee Jones, and Nicole Kidman and Chris O'Donnell. I'll let you go ahead and give your thoughts on this one.
Alright, well, when we went and watched this in theaters, the first thing I remember saying when we got out was like, what happened to Gotham? And I didn't know until you said it the other day, Tim Burton's like a producer on this one, or something like that. So you figured that kind of dark tone would have stayed, but nope. It went from being all dark and almost black and white to like all neon lights, bright green, bright blue, red, and all that crap. And like right off the bat I was like, what the hell happened to Gotham? Even the Batmobile had like neon lights in it and stuff, and I was like, God,
I was gonna say, that was the first thing. When I left it, I was like, the heck? Where's the coolest Batmobile?
Yeah.
Looked like a Batmobile with a mohawk.
The mohawk. And like the music, even in the first ones, you know, it fit those movies. This movie, like, where I said, you know, the first two was kind of a graphic novel. Mm-hmm. The last two, this one and Batman and Robin, they were almost like straight up, like, real life comic book type feels to them. And you could definitely tell, like, just like I said, the lighting, even the music almost had like an old, like 40s or 50s kind of vibe to it, stuff like that.
I gotta say one thing, to a Mr. Pat Collins wrote on here, the best Batman yet. That's a lie, because it is not. I mean, I know I kind of interrupted your review, but
no begging for it.
I was psyched up for it because Jim Carrey, one of my favorite actors, was the Riddler, and he did a good job as the Riddler. Tommy Lee Jones actually did a good job as Two-Face. But like you said, it went from a graphic novel to a comic book almost. Which wouldn't have been so bad if they just, like I said, I mean, they just swapped everything. Mm-hmm. I mean,
I figured with Burton being a producer, which, like I said, we didn't know this when we was little, but it would have stuck a little bit with that vibe. Yeah. But it just completely swapped everything. And like somebody said it once before, like you just said it too, Jim Carrey played a good Riddler. But I liked his Riddler, but I would like to see maybe a little smarter Riddler. You know, something maybe even close to like the games where Batman had to think about certain things and kind of solve puzzles and stuff. Which, I mean, he had little riddles throughout the movie, but they ultimately just told him who he was. But that was it.
Yeah.
And then Two-Face, he wasn't bad, but like I said, he was kind of over the top. Like, he was constantly after Batman. But he whined a lot too, I noticed. Like every time he says, he's like, "Why won't you die?" He says that a few times throughout the movie, and he just jump around, you know. It's just like an over-the-top live-action comic book from this one.
Well, look, and there's one I'm going to point out. I can't stand Nicole Kidman, and I just, with her being in it, just one was kind of like, really? I mean, Val Kilmer actually did a pretty decent Batman. I will give him his props on that. He wasn't the best, but he did do a pretty decent one. Things that bothered me, like I said, like you said, the more they go, you know, they kind of got a little worse. But like that, like Robin, I just hate when they throw stupid crap, like when he's doing his laundry and it's got the little music and he's putting her. I mean, like you said, you couldn't really take this movie seriously. I mean, you couldn't.
And you was talking about Robin too, like. I'm sure most people who follow Batman will notice, but like when he's in the circus, him and the family's suit is Robin's suit from like the old Adam West Robins. So I like how he threw that in. And I didn't notice till I watched it the other day. He threw in a Nightwing reference when he was trying to think of a name. That's who he ends up being later on, is Nightwing. So I didn't notice that the first time I watched it.
Best part of this movie was when Robin gave big ups to the old Robin when he was like, "Holy rusted metal, Batman!" I was like, "Holy crap, that was cool." But
Adam West.
Oh Lord, Val Kilmer.
He's like, huh?
yeah. But
one thing I hated about this was like the neon gang. Yeah. Like after Robin steals the Batmobile and he's like, "Who says I'm not Batman?" He's fighting a gang that's like another thing that just took me out of the movie, where the whole gang is just like they dipped their hands in the neon paint and just rubbed it everywhere. It's like, okay, now we're badass. It's like, no, you're not.
I don't know. I expected a lot more from it. I mean, honestly, but once I found out that Michael Keaton was going to play Batman, that kind of ruined it for me. Because I hate when they keep doing. That's like if what's that dude's name? Nolan.
Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan did this third one, and Christian Bale wasn't in it. I mean, I hate when they just keep changing characters, but I think Michael Keaton realized that, man, this one's going to suck. I don't know, he may not even audition for it. But I'm going to go ahead, because, I mean, you can say what you want, but my overall rating, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5.
Okay. By the way, this one came out in '95, directed by Joel Schumacher. Let's see if there was something I was going to say on here. Oh, another thing, one's a blooper and one was just kind of stupid. Another thing that kind of took you out of the movie. A blooper when Riddler pops in Two-Face's lair or hideout, whatever you want to call it. You know, Two-Face throws him against the wall with a gun and starts running his mouth. And he's like, let me show you what I do. And like his little, I said they were blenders, that's what they look like, with the little things on the side. But they were already in Two-Face's lair. He didn't walk in with them. They were already there. And he's like, look. And he lays them on the TV. It's like, where'd they come from?
That's one of those, like, cartoons things where they, you know, they just pull the hammer out from nowhere. He just pulled those out. And
then one thing that was just stupid was, you know, it was on Halloween when they wrecked the Batcave and all that and beat the piss out of them. Kids come up and trick or treat. They go off, and then Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones is up there as their characters and got a mask on, and they go tweet or tweet, and it's like Alfred just like, oh cool, it's more kids. Like you could tell it was adults. It's like,
yeah,
okay.
I don't know. Like I said, it could have been a big one with all the stars I had in it, but it did not live up to the hype.
Something you didn't mention you used to love.
What's that?
The Seal song.
Oh man, I sure wish you hadn't brought that up in front of everybody. Dang.
Everybody jammed to that song back then. Kiss from a Rose, that was like all over the radio when this movie came out.
I don't remember that song. There used to be okay, that was good.
Okay, what'd you say, 3 out of 5 on your rating?
I gave it 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5. Okay, I'll give it a 2.8, maybe a 3. I don't know.
Say 2.5 stars.
I said 2.8.
But anyway,
that's that one, and we'll be right back with
just Batman and Robin. We'll be back.